There's a reason most businesses never make it to their 10th anniversary. They don't fail because the owners didn't work hard. They don't fail because they didn't care. They don't fail because they didn't have advisors. They fail because critical financial decisions were made without seeing the full risk. Every year, business owners launch new ideas, expand operations, hire teams, or invest in growth without fully understanding how those decisions will affect cash flow, margin, and long-term stability. The financial risk is real, but most of it is invisible at the moment the decisions are made. By the time the numbers tell the story, it's already too late to change the outcome. That's not a failure of ambition. It's a visibility problem. In most small and mid-sized businesses, finance is retrospective, not systemic. The numbers tell you what already happened. They do not tell you what is forming right now. By the time a problem shows up in a report, the opportunity to prevent it is already past. Think about something simple, like electricity. You receive the bill at the end of the month. The number is accurate, the math is correct, but every kilowatt wasted is already gone. You don't get to decide differently, you only get to pay. That is how most financial systems operate inside SMBs today. Accurate, professional, and too late to change the outcome. This is not a criticism of accountants. Accountants play a critical role. They protect financial truth, they ensure accuracy, they safeguard compliance and credibility. But most financial services are designed to report results, not see waste forming inside the value stream. Let me give you a concrete example. I once asked an accountant who specialized in construction a simple question. When was the last time you visited a construction site? The answer was honest, never. That's not incompetence, that's how the system is currently designed. But if finance never touches the value stream, it can't see friction that is forming, it can't detect waste early, and it cannot protect margin in real time. The financial report reflects the outcome, not the cause, and this is where many business owners get caught. They believe clean books mean control, but clean books only tell you already what happened. They don't tell you what's leaking right now. The same pattern shows up everywhere. Consider training. Every year, enormous amounts of money are spent on training across Canada and the United States, estimated over $1 billion. The intent is good. The content is often high quality, but research consistently shows that more than 80% of the spend never translate into sustained performance improvement. Not because people don't care, not because the training is bad, but because there is no system that verifies adoption. Training is completed, certificates are issued, invoices are paid, and then the organization hopes that the behavior changes. Well, hope is not a system. If learning isn't applied, observed, and verified in real work, then performance isn't improving, even though the money is already gone. From a financial perspective, that's no different than wasted energy. The expense is real, the return never materializes, and most leaders don't see it until months later when margins are already under pressure. This is the core issue. Finance in most SMBs looks backward, while value is created or destroyed in real time. And this gap affects three relationships that no business can afford to damage: banks, investors, and government. These institutions are not impressed by clean history alone. They want to see predictability, they want to see control, they want to see that leadership understands what will happen next, not just what already happened. When financial signals are disconnected from how value actually flows through the business, credibility erodes. Not because the numbers are wrong, but because leadership can't explain cause and effect with confidence. This is where a different approach becomes necessary. Not replacing accountants, not blaming finance, but strengthening the system around financial truth. The strongest accountants know this. They understand that their value increases when they are supported by advisors who can quickly evaluate systems, identify financial waste, and connect numbers to real operational behavior. When finance is paired with systems-level insight, something changes. Waste becomes visible while it's still preventable. Friction shows up before margins collapse, and decisions shift from reactive to deliberate. This is what financial enablement actually means. It's not more reporting, it's not more dashboards, it's learning to see how it matters early enough to act. When leaders can see how decisions ripple through systems in real time, finance stops being a rear-view mirror. It becomes a steering mechanism. My hope is simple. The business owners stop mistaking clean history for control. The accountants see an opportunity to elevate their advisory role, not be replaced. And that, what has been invisible in your financial system up to this point, becomes visible soon enough to change the outcome. Because the moment you can see where value is being created and where it's quietly leaking away, everything changes. The question is no longer what happened. It becomes, what do we do next while it still matters? And that question changes everything.